Indian food is not about spices. It is misconceptualized as hot, very spicy. And that's my motto with Mystic Spice also. And that's what I've been trying to have a conversation with the customers who are non-Indians walking in there, because everybody's so scared, okay, it's going to be very spicy.
What inspired you to start Mystic Spice?
Mystic Spice was on the horizon since the time I met my husband.
Okay.
We have been off and on talking for last 20 years that we have to do something of our
It took
own.
20 years to start. Wow.
We have been talking about it, but again, in order to start a business and not having any external partners, it takes a lot. Like, we had to make sure that we are financially stable.
I've seen a lot of IT people trying to get in the restaurant industry. So what advice would you give them?
I would say having a team that can back you is the biggest thing.
Morning, Deepti. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Very good. So we're very excited to have you here. We're doing this, restarting our podcast series with Namaste India. And, couldn't have been a better start, without you being here. So welcome, and we look forward to having a great conversation.
Yeah. I appreciate you having me here.
Right.
I'm looking forward to having this conversation.
Great.
Okay.
So I know you've been in IT for about 10 years at BOA and Wells Fargo and the likes. So tell me a little bit about, and then you actually shifted your journey from being in IT to a restaurant owner. So tell me a little bit about your background. And before that, where do you come from? How long have you been in Charlotte and things like that?
Yeah. So I was born in India, raised in India.
Where in India?
India, I have been in multiple places. So I have not been a person who was rooted with the family at one place. I lost my parents very early in the journey.
Oh, all right.
So my aunts and rest of the family pitched in to help
Bring you up.
raise
Okay.
me.
Mm-hmm.
So most of my life I have been in boarding schools, so not in the house. So depending on where I was in the boarding, and I have been in the boarding from 3rd grade till my 10th in Chandigarh. It was a Khalsa school, so I have my upbringing. By birth I am a Sikh, so upbringing was with respect to that culture. Then 11th, 12th I moved to Faridabad. There also I was in boarding.
Right.
And then I did my bachelor's in Udaipur, and then in Sikar and Jaipur University. And then I did my master's in IT, MTech, from Department of Electronics, India, from Rajasthan. Again, I was staying there in boarding only. So I have been not in home. I've moved around a lot. So I do not come from a place, right? And then after I finished my education, I went to Pune for internship. And then that internship turned into a job, into an IT job. And that was the only option at that time that I had, right? I was not good with biology. I was not good with mathematics. I was not good with chemistry. So I did accounting as my major for 11th, 12th. And then thought, okay, what am I going to do about it? And at that time, IT was a pretty new thing.
Yeah.
So yes, everybody was moving towards IT. Okay, IT, you will get good education, you'll get money. And given the background, I was looking to have good financials. Like, I need to have good
Support.
base of finances, right? Because from the family that I'm coming. It's
Right.
not that we are not good to do, but since didn't had parents and all, so I always felt that I don't have anything of my own. Anyways, so from there, the journey started when I went to Pune in 2004 for my internship, and then it turned into a job. I joined them as a test engineer, a tester. That's how we started. That's where I met my husband.
Okay.
From there, since then, we have been together till now.
Okay.
So we got married in 2005. My son was born in 2007. Due to complicated pregnancy, I had to leave my job there. So overall, there is around 15 to 20 years of IT experience, but because of the breaks I have taken in between, because of kids and family. So it was always like, okay, when we restarted here in America, so whatever experience I had back in India, they do not take it into consideration.
Correct.
So then it shrinks to 10 years of what actual experience you have. We came here, my husband came here on H-1B. I came here on dependent visa. I had my son. Dhruv was 6 months old at that time. So I took 8 years of sabbatical for the kids. Once my daughter was born, she was 2.5 years old, then I went back to work. That time also I was just thinking I had such a long break. IT has moved from where to where, what I was doing, what tools we were using at that time, and now it is totally different because automation had taken over at that time,
Right.
2012. So yes, I went back to school, did a training, did automation, a test thing, because I explored, okay, let's do certification for teaching or something so that I can spend more time with kids. Again, going back where I come from, parents being not around, I always had that in mind that I need to be around kids. But it never worked out, right? Because it was just, again, I don't know, I'll be okay being around kids all the time or not. So anyways, I went back to IT and I worked hard. 5 years I was with Wells Fargo. From test engineer, I moved to technology manager. That was the fastest that team had seen growing.
Cool.
Yeah. But that's that. Then from Wells Fargo, I got an opportunity for internal raise. So they said, okay, if you stay here till the manager goes, you cannot get the manager position, right? The managerial positions were open in Arizona and in Charlotte. So that's how we moved to Charlotte.
Got it.
So we were in California for 11 years. Then 2019, just before COVID hit, right, we moved to Charlotte.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you've been for a good time in corporate.
Yes.
And now I know you started Mystic Spice. Tell us what inspired you to start Mystic Spice, and also what lessons have you learned from corporate that you're actually incorporating in your business?
So Mystic Spice was on the horizon since the time I met my husband.
Okay.
We have been off and on talking for last 20 years that we have to do something of our
It took
own.
20 years to start.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have been talking about it. But again, in order to start a business and not having any external partners, it takes a lot. Like, we had to make sure that we are financially stable before we take that leap of faith, right? We have to do it. So both me and my husband, we have been in corporate over 25 years. We know how corporate. So the bureaucracy in corporate world, right? No matter how much we are saying that we are agile and we are delivering smaller products to market, but larger companies, bureaucracy, we cannot get away from it. It's very difficult for people who are working on the floor, who actually work hard to grow and to get that appreciation from their... We do get appreciation. I'm not saying that we don't.
Yeah.
But individual contributors do not get that kind of appreciation monetarily or visibly. Visibly, appreciation is not there.
Right.
And individual contributors do have a lot of ideas that can be incorporated to make the process faster, but because of the policies that are in place, and there are various reasons for the policies, I'm not saying they are just there for the sake of it. They are there, but they become bottlenecks, right? So you want to grow, but you can't grow.
Got it.
So that's the biggest thing, right? Coming to food, as I was saying previously, I have moved around. In boarding schools, we have cooked into the kitchens, right? So cooks are not there. We are cooking for younger kids. We have been taking care of younger kids. So that, I'm not a foodie myself, but yes, I love to feed people. I love the feeling that I get when somebody praises what you have created as a dish and they feel good about it afterwards. So that has been there from the beginning. And me coming from the religion Sikhism, Gurdwara, we used to go all the time, cook and do langar seva and stuff, right? So growing up, that has been incorporated. I don't get time to do that now, but growing up, till I was in my, from that 3rd grade to 10th grade, every week we used to go to Gurdwara, do langar seva, car seva, right? Feed people, afterwards cleaning up and all that. So that has been instilled in me as a person. That has shaped me a lot. All the habits I have picked up from that part of my life, right?
Right.
So Mystic Spice, and since that we always thought that, okay, we have to do. When I met my husband, the first meal we had together, I cooked him my aloo paranthas, right? He was always like, we have to have parantha stall somewhere, no? So at that time, we were back in India, so we used to talk about, okay, we'll have some dhaba on the dhaba side, on the roadside, right? Dhabas are there, we should open something like that. Pune was growing that time. We saw different kind of restaurants upcoming, different themes. So we always used to talk about it. So here we came back, got busy with kids and stuff. Once we came to Charlotte, we had time. Back in California, it was just hamster in a wheel, right? Running, getting means, everything done, taking care of kids and going to work and working all different time zones. We had no time. But as we moved to Charlotte lifestyle is
it's very laid back.
Yes. So we had time. So that gave me an option, and I am a kind of a person, I need to have my plate overloaded with work. If I'm not overloaded, my plate has space, then it doesn't work good for me. So yes, that's where it was like, okay, it's time now. We should do something.
Cool. So how do you balance the authenticity of Indian cuisine while catering to the American palates or semi-American palates, because some of your customers are Indians too?
Yes.
Right.
So again, I believe that Indian food is not about spices, which is in general it is misconceptualized as hot.
Spicy.
Yeah, very spicy. So, and that's my motto with Mystic Spice also, and that's what I've been trying to have a conversation with the customers who are non-Indians walking in there, because everybody's so scared, okay, it's going to be very spicy. Yes, the name of the restaurant is Mystic Spice, but spices have different flavors. You don't have to associate it with the hotness or the spiciness of it. Every spice has medicinal value to it. Every spice doesn't go into every food. The aroma of the food changes with the type of spice you put in. So, and that is the reason I have specifically said it's North Indian cuisine, because we are not associated with the hotness or the spiciness of the dish. It's more about the flavors of the dish. And I am trying to reintroduce the authenticity of the dish from where it comes from.
Right.
Yes, we do have customers who like hot. We do make the dishes hot and as mild as possible. But I would not want to modify the authenticity of the dish, and I would love to educate the people who are a little reluctant in trying them.
Right.
Because every dish, if you eat it properly and with the intent that it is going to do something good for me, it always has medicinal value to it. And we are trying our best not to put any additives there, any heavy on creams, heavy on oil. We are not doing all that. Right, so that's my, that's how I am proceeding towards. Education is one thing that would open the Indian cuisine to people who are afraid of trying it, plus trying different flavors of it. And for making it hot, yes, we do use green chilies and stuff, and now we are not using dry chilies to raise the heat, because again, they are not good for your gut anyways.
Yep. One thing that I have seen, don't get me wrong here, especially in the Charlotte market, been to several restaurants. Many of them are great, but not everybody tells a story.
Yes.
Okay, tell the story. Why is this important? Why is, balancing that spice is important? Yeah. So I think what I have observed, and I've been to your restaurant a few times, so I've observed is that you do a great job in telling that story. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, I do try, because I would love people to come in and enjoy those dishes and think about the story that is behind it, right? Because once you know the story behind why somebody is doing something, it's more cherishable.
Absolutely. So I also know that Mystic Spice, you have a lot of these live music and curated cocktails and things like that. So that's like a different experience altogether. What's your thought on giving that experience rather than just coming and having food and go?
Yeah, so when we go out to have lunch or dinner, it's the feeling of how you felt being in that restaurant that stays with you, the conversations that you had with your family or friends that stay with you. You forget about the food.
Right.
Because most of the Indians, we make the same food at home also. So yes, at that time, yes, we love the food, but the experience, the conversations that you will have in that time would stay there, and that is the experience that would bring you back to that place. So I am it's very high on my list to give an experience to people, have friendly conversation, have people there who can just reach out to us and say, okay, we are not feeling comfortable, and we try our level best to make people comfortable. Live music was also a part of it, because not everybody wants to go to Bollywood night. Not everybody wants to go to a place where there are thousands of people, right? I don't go. I don't go to Festival of India. I don't go to fairs where you will have or holy parties where we have in a bigger crowd, right? I get very nervous looking at the bigger crowd. But yes, if I have a small group and if I can eat, drink, and have that same experience, yes, I would love to go there.
Right.
So it is very high on my list as part of Mystic Spice. That experience is the first thing. Yes, food is a major part of the experience, but the front of the staff and other additional stuff that we do for the customers there, that also contributes the experience. And I hope people are enjoying and they would love to come back for the same experience.
Absolutely. So, so let's talk a little bit about challenges that you faced. You started Mystic Spice, I think last year, right? Or earlier this year.
This year. Yeah.
And how has your experience in running a restaurant as opposed to, running a team in, say, Wells Fargo or Bank of America?
So, there are similarities and dissimilarities, right? People portion is what similarities come from. And that is a major part when I talk to people who are in corporate, okay, we don't want to be on the managerial position. I myself was a manager and then I stepped down from it, okay, I cannot handle it. Because it is very difficult to please people, right? You may have the best of the intentions, but again, being a manager, you are in a place where you cannot do something for a person, even though you want to do it, but because of the policies and
the
other things, you
also
cannot do that. So people management, keeping people happy, keeping people motivated is the biggest challenge I feel in any industry. In any industry, that's the biggest challenge that we have. And here also keeping people at work and keeping them motivated, because throughout the week, as we operate from Tuesday to Sunday, we do not get consistent traffic, right? So keeping people motivated, saying, yes, you need to be here. The kitchen staff also, right? If they don't have work, it becomes very difficult for them to be confined in that area for that 5 or 4 hours. It's like, okay, what do we do? Yes, they do prepare it, but the biggest part is how do you keep them motivated? How do I keep myself motivated also to keep other people motivated? Okay, we'll get the traffic. Okay, the traffic will come in the evening. You conserve your energy. We'll put it to use at later time. So that's the biggest thing. From policy perspective, yes, working with banks or any corporate world, we already have set rules there. There is only one agency we are reporting back to. So it's easier. We know, okay, we have to punch in, punch out. We have to talk to our manager. We have to send a daily report. That's all you have to do. But here, the whole scenario changes because from accounting to procuring raw materials to talking to customers to procuring
It's all on your
liquor,
plate.
everything, right? So, because when we go to a restaurant, we just see, okay, the table is set this way, okay, the decor is very nice. But what does it take to give you that atmosphere?
Right.
Right? Cleaning it twice a day, getting it done, okay, the bugs should not come in, okay, the flies should not come in, okay. How do we control all that, right?
Right.
Setting up the table in such a way that people feel, okay, this is hygiene, this is sanitized, right? Because we don't want people to come here and be sick, right? So training of people, getting them in line, okay, this is how you have to approach people, this is how you have to go and talk to people, okay, if you have to do small talk, if you have to give a personal touch, go ahead, do it, right? It takes a lot of effort, lot of observations, you have to pivot a lot depending on who your customer is, right? What kind of story you can tell them, right? How they will connect with you.
Absolutely.
Or would they connect just on the dish, or do you have to tell something personal to them, right? Just to get their attention.
Right.
Sometimes you have to say sorry, yeah. In corporate world, you will not say sorry, okay, okay. Your manager is there to handle it. But here, yes, you have to say, okay, my mistake. What can I do to make it better for you, right? And sometimes customers they perceive it, sometimes they don't, right? And
Right.
I have faced those scenarios where people were very mad, just thinking. People working in the restaurant are also human beings, right?
Yep.
We have limited space, we have limited time to create dishes. We try our best to cater to everybody. We try to give out stuff so that you guys are busy. We try to keep kids busy by giving colors and papers so that they can be busy. But again, we all are human beings, right? We are trying to bring in a different culture with the Indian food that we have not seen in Charlotte before. I just hope people like it and they support us in that, right? Because it works both ways.
Absolutely. So in the limited time that I was there, one thing that I've observed is, kudos to you for maintaining that hygiene, and you explained to me certain things the other day when we were having that conversations. You explained a few things to me that really stood out, and I really want to bring this to the audience, saying that you have to be there to understand why certain things are kept a certain way. You told me that moving from one desk or one chair to the other itself creates so much of complications. You also mentioned that if I am in one table and then I go to another table, then I have to sanitize the other one to make sure that the other people who are coming are
right,
healthy.
So as I always say, I'm here to serve the community, but respect goes both ways. Right. When you enter an enterprise, enter with the humility that you will be served, but you need to give that respect to the person who is greeting you.
Absolutely. 100%.
If you do not give that respect, or you do not acknowledge that person and you just pass by and say, okay, I'm going to take that table, I am not sure, because you crushed that person. If I am standing there, I was smiling at you and I was greeting you and you did not acknowledge me, I am not sure what mood I will take to you when I will go and serve you, right? So it's both ways. Again, we'll have all kind of people, and I'm not saying people have to change. Everybody is different. But my intent is always, if somebody is coming to my restaurant with a bad mood, we always try to have small conversations, make it how we can cheer them up, right?
Makes sense. Okay, cool. So what has been your biggest lesson as the CEO of Mystic Spice?
Lessons, I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn. It was a total new landscape for me. I am a person who plans for everything, but every month we go by, we learn certain things, right? So the biggest thing is, I think there is no consistency. I have to be on my feet to make it work. We'll have to make changes as and when, taking feedbacks from customers on the dishes, on how the decor is, on the live music also. Like, I've been gathering
feedback.
Some people have been giving constructive
Of course,
feedback,
okay.
and I have been taking them into account.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about some industry trends and insights. With you come from a technology background, and then you have AI has taken over the world now. So how do you use technology, AI, and data-driven insights to improve your restaurant experience?
So for AI, we have collaborated with a third party that is taking care of our customer reviews on Google. It is taking care of our Google ads. It is taking care of our the reach that we are doing to people with respect to dine-in, takeouts, caterings, and all that, right? So every week we do get insights, okay, where we were a month ago and where we are today. So on monthly or weekly basis when we meet, we do talk about it and we look at those. So AI has helped a lot in that way. Uploading images weekly, that software asks me to keep uploading images, and then it creates its own post it on social media as well. So twice or thrice a week it does that. So that kind of from AI perspective, that kind of help we have taken. I am a very controlling person, so leaving it to AI is a little bit out of my comfort zone. But yes, I gave it a try.
Sometimes you have to let it go.
Yeah, sometimes, yes. So, that portion AI has been taken care of. I do want to have a software which can take care of inventory and all, because the biggest pain point for us is procurement of inventory. And when we reorder it, we do not know how much we have, right? That's a manual process, and
Okay.
it's tedious process. So right now my go-to place is Excel. I have created small formulas and stuff, so we have been inputting stuff. But again, it's manual, right? So we have been working on seeing if we can bring on somebody who can create an app for us for that inventory part of it, right? So where we can have a dashboard and say, okay, this inventory is, okay, this much sales you did, this much inventory you have. So we come to know the pivot, the deviation between how much we spent
Right.
on the raw material, how much we are making, and is it the time that we have to reorder it, right? Because sometimes it happens, okay, this thing is finished and we still have 2 more days to go, so we just have to run and go and get it.
Got it. Yeah. So I might have a solution for that. We can talk offline
Yeah.
after this, but that's a good thing. Let's talk a little bit about your, how people's shift has been happening towards food post pandemic. Have you noticed something on those lines?
I would not be able to comment on it because I still see people going out. It's not that people are afraid going out in bigger crowds.
Right.
So it's not about the food, because the infection or the COVID doesn't come from food. It comes from personal interactions.
So I was talking about in terms of healthy eating.
I had couple of customers who have asked for vegan options, who have asked for non-dairy items. We do provide people with no onion garlic options, right? So those kind of inquiries are there, and we do have dishes on our menu which are totally vegan, which like plant-based. We have a big menu, and I myself am not a non-vegetarian. I do eat chicken and fish, but if I have a vegetarian option, I will never go for non-vegetarian. So I deliberately had kept a very long menu for plant-based items where we do not put any cream also. So when we come to vegan dishes, it's like no milk, no egg, nothing, no animal-based product needs to go in there, right? And then I myself was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, so I know how important it is for people to keep dairy out of food, sugar out of food, and wheat out of food sometimes. And a lot of people, when they order dishes, they would want to eat breads, which are all
gluten.
They are all gluten, right? So, and again, we do have option of rice as well, which is a non-gluten item.
Right.
So I'll be working on bringing in other breads that are gluten free. But yeah, it's a journey. As and when my staff gets comfortable with the menu that we have and we are able to service people faster, yes, we will bring on new items on the menu, which is, and again, my intent is to not to serve just food that is that you get in a restaurant, right? If you want to eat dal roti that you make at home, you should be able to walk in Mystic Spice and order that. So we will reach there.
Great.
That's on the roadmap.
Cool. So Charlotte has seen significant growth in restaurants. A lot of restaurants that have sprung up. So how do you see Mystic Spice, or how do you position Mystic Spice to be, to stand out among those crowd that's coming there?
So as I said, right, I opened Mystic Spice not just for the sake of opening it and serving food. My intent was to provide people an experience,
right,
along with healthy food.
Right.
So, and that's why I was very bold or very loud in saying that we are not Indian cuisine, because I wanted to make sure we are not another restaurant in Charlotte. So that's how I position myself, that we are authentic. Because I suffer myself from health issues, so I do relate with people when they are eating something.
Right.
And I do give my feedback to my chef, and he has been good enough and kind enough to incorporate all that.
Great. So we've talked a lot about your IT and your restaurant so far. Let's talk a little bit about some personal stuff. Okay, I know you're very big on camping, and I'm told that by one of my friends that you've been to Everest Base Camp, and you yourself mentioned today. So talk us a little bit about your experience.
Yeah, so it's very funny. I'm not big on camping. It is very funny that I have stayed in boarding schools, and I have that phobia of having clean washroom, cannot go to public washroom and stuff, right? So going to camping was has always a straight no for me. So the first time I did camping back in California. So California has camping sites where you have furnished bathrooms. So you don't have to go in the public or anywhere, right? So that was one of my first experience with friends. Then I took a leap of faith. I was again going through this fibromyalgia thing and other depression and other kind of stuff, right? So I had a coach, hypnosis coach I had. So he pushed me into doing Mount Shasta that time. It was back in 2014 or 15. So that was the first hike I did. We used to do smaller hikes around, but that was because Mount Shasta is 14,000 feet high. So I couldn't do the summit that time. I went till 11,000, and after that, I had some issue with my leg that time. I was like, I cannot go further. But with Mount Shasta, the biggest problem is it is one of the steepest here in California, the southern side of US. It's the steepest. A lot of accidents happen. But it was an experience because it pushed me to a level where we learned how to respect food, right? You were not allowed to leave one grain. They did not have washrooms anywhere. So they gave us bio bags. So you had to carry your shit with you, right? Yeah. So 3 days of hike, when you come back, you bring it down. Okay. So eating, drinking, because the water, Mount Shasta summit is shivling. So it's very, you cannot make any nonsense there. So a lot of people go there because they believe in Shiv, and the summit is in the shape
shivling.
The summit is in the shape of shivling.
Okay.
So if you go there, so that's why you are not supposed to urinate around the water streams, because that's the only water source you have there. So yeah, that was my first experience. And then after coming to Charlotte, EBC, so I went with one of my friends. And again, at that time also, I was going through some medical issues at that time as well. So I had heavy breathing, couldn't do lot of climbing, lot of other things. Yes, we did. I did do conditioning and all with the person who was had set this up. We were doing all that, but I was not in the best of my shapes at that time, right? So.
But you made it.
But we made it, yes. We made it. And it was an experience. The whole point was to get away from all the noise that was happening. One thing I have noticed is water and mountains. That humbles me because once you go there, it's just like, okay, you have no existence, right? So when you stand in front of mountains, it's just like, it's so unpredictable. Water is unpredictable. You don't know today they are calm, tomorrow how they are going to react, right? And that's how the life also is, right? You do not know what is going to happen tomorrow. So just embrace what you have today. So it just brings me to center sometimes, going into the mountains, and it just gives you a perspective towards life.
Do you do meditation?
I don't. I am not, because my mind is always racing. It's very difficult. When I sit, and I have tried, when I sit and meditate, the thoughts become more loud. So I just run away from it. Can't meditate.
Yeah, no, I mean, to each one's own, right? So, but I used to do meditation. I used to do this thing called Vipassana.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that for a good couple of years. That was quite revealing and revelation in my life. So, after you go through that experience, you start looking things in different perspective. And I'm sure that's what probably happened with you when you did your EBC.
Yeah.
Cool. What kind of leadership qualities have you incorporated into your daily routine from a restaurant management perspective?
So, restaurant, you have to be a leader, but you cannot say I'm a leader. You
Right.
have to be
You have to be
one of the herd.
compassionate. Yeah.
No, you have to be one part of the herd.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, in my mind, I am a leader.
Right.
It takes a lot of conversations with a lot of people on daily basis.
Right.
Specifically with the staff, right? Because people are used to doing things in certain manner. And I don't want to disregard it because they have their own experiences. They have been in the industry for 10 years, 15 years, and they are used to plating things in certain way, making them in certain way. This is how it has to be done. So I think for a leader to be in restaurant industry, the biggest thing is how can you motivate and deviate them to accomplish what you are trying to accomplish, right? Once they are able to relate what you are trying to achieve, that's where productivity comes in.
Absolutely, 100%. So how do you maintain that resilience and creativity while maintaining the...
Oh, I show up, irrespective. Irrespective, I do each and every chore in the restaurant. I clean bathrooms, I do mop the floors, set up the tables.
I've seen that myself.
Set up the tables, bartend. I do cook also in the back. I will sometimes just cook for the staff. I will go do the food running also. I've been told so many times, you are an owner, you are not supposed to do that. So I was like, no. If I don't do it, I cannot connect with the customers. So they have to see me here, that I am doing it. No job is petty job, right? As long as you love it. And if I want to give the experience to people, I need to go through it myself. So if I do not know, and I cannot connect with my staff also when they say, okay, this is too much for me if I'm not doing it myself.
So it's always important to be in the thick of things.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very good. So I have one, lateral side of things. You also mentioned that it just occurred to me that you also mentioned to me that about the pageant that you're participating. So
I did my first pageant in 2020. Again,
2020.
North Carolina, contributed everything, right?
Your time for yourself.
Time for myself. Yeah, that was the first time. I have not been a person who could put out myself. Today, speaking in the camera, speaking to you, it was very difficult for me. I was just like, I have been the energy that people see in me today, and this visualize me as an outgoing person or a person who can outburst anywhere. I was not like that.
So everything transpired in the last 5 years.
5 years, yes.
Thanks to Charlotte.
Thanks to Charlotte. I was not like that. I have become so vocal. Like I used to keep everything to myself. Okay, I'm not going to say that. So other person is going to feel bad.
Right.
And I have suffered a lot. And all this medical issues, autoimmune disorders, your depression and everything comes out of that because you are not able to express yourself.
That's right.
So the more you are able to express in a constructive way, everything becomes better.
Yeah.
Right. So pageant was it was just a way for me to put myself out there. Okay, let me give it a try if this is going to work or not. I did 4 pageants. I did multiple fashion shows, New York fashion shows, other places as well, right? So for last 5 years, I have been doing that.
So now let's talk a little bit about young entrepreneurs who are trying to do a similar shift. I've seen a lot of IT people trying to get in the restaurant industry. So what advice would you give them?
I would say when I started Mystic Spice, we started thinking about it last year, 2024, February. That's when we started looking for a space. I would say having a team that can back you is the biggest thing. And I am still struggling with that because I do not have a strong team. I am hoping as the time goes and politically things change, I may get good people. But right now there are a lot of factors that are contributing for people who want to work but they are not able to work. Do your homework. I trusted a lot of people who said, oh, you'll be able to break even. No, there is in no scenario you can break even in 1 year unless like you only invested $100,000 in it. So take advice operationally. Yes, operationally.
Not even the main capital.
Yes, not even the main capital. So yes, listen to everybody, talk to people, but do your homework as to where you want to be. It's a job which needs your mental, physical, emotional investment. If you are ready to do that, only then do it, or otherwise you'll just open a restaurant.
Right. You're not opening an experience. Yeah. Very cool. Where do you see yourself or Mystic Spice in the next 5 years?
So I always want to be, and I have stated it out loud at many places, I want to take this to Michelin star, right? And I will work towards it. Whatever we are missing, we will make it up for it. I do want to open other locations here in Charlotte or outside of Charlotte. So next 5 years, that's where I'll be working towards.
Excellent. So that's a lot about your Mystic Spice and your personal journey. Let's talk a little bit about you and your, so we have the section called Rapid Fire. I want to ask you some questions quick. Typically, it's a 1 to 2 word answer, but it's up to you completely. You have the time and space to answer. So tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Why? Black coffee, with sugar, without sugar?
No sugar.
No sugar. Morning person or?
Morning person.
Why?
You can get more done till 12 p.m.
Okay. It's cool. One Indian dish that you would like to eat?
Dal chawal.
Dal chawal. Rajma?
Nah, dal chawal.
Dal chawal. Okay, favorite comfort food outside?
Pizza.
Huh?
Pizza.
Comfort food, yeah. What's your biggest culture shock when you moved to the US?
I don't think it was a cultural shock. It was just the feeling of not belonging at that time.
At that time. Yeah. Now, how do you feel?
I don't have a culture. I fit in very nicely.
Very nice. First job you ever had?
It was a receptionist job when I was
Pune?
In India.
Okay, Pune?
No, in India, Delhi.
Okay.
Right after high school.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So you've been working since?
Yeah, a little bit here and there, call centers, receptions and stuff. Yeah.
Very nice. Any book that inspired you recently?
Recently, I had no time to
read books.
So
Do you do Audible?
No, I don't. I if I try, I sleep. So my favorite book always to go back to is Fountainhead by Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan. It's okay.
So,
Any go-to productivity hack?
nah.
No?
Nah, it's always get up. You have to get this done today. Be on there. Be there.
Get it done,
Yeah,
okay.
just show up.
So tandoori chicken or butter chicken?
Tandoori.
Tandoori.
I don't like milk-based
Okay.
items.
Favorite holiday destination?
Till now, nothing specific, but I am looking forward to go to Europe and explore as we set up Mystic Spice and I get some time.
What does your team describe you as? One word?
Oh, people describe me
Spicy?
with lot of. There are people who would say fire. There are people who would say stubborn, hot-headed.
It's part of the journey anyway,
Yeah.
so it's all good. What do you miss about India?
Nothing specific.
Okay. A tech tool that you cannot live without.
Excel sheets.
Most underrated Indian spice.
I think the NS star, and that's our logo also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's harder, managing an IT project or managing a restaurant kitchen?
A kitchen.
Why?
Because a project you can delegate it. Again, as I was saying, right? It's kind of similar things here. Also, I have to go and tell people, okay, you do it,
Yeah.
and they will take their sweet time whether they will do it or not do it. Ultimately, I end up doing it, and the same thing was with the IT project. Also, you do it, but then in IT, it's just like, okay, I cannot code, I cannot test. I will have to keep following up. But here, I have the liberty to go, okay, you didn't clean up, I'm going to clean up.
Yeah.
That's
more
the difference.
physical.
Yes.
Cool. So what's your favorite cocktail from Mystic Spice menu?
Old fashioned.
I'm going to try that. Okay. And the food?
The dish,
Yeah, the dish.
chole bhature.
Chole bhature from Mystic Spice.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try that too. What's on your playlist when you need some motivation?
So I have my Zumba Bollywood playlist. It has all like high beat music. I do not go for the lyrics when I
Right.
need pump up. It needs to be high beats.
Very cool. So what's next on your bucket list? You've done pageants, you've done ABC, you've done restaurant, you've done IT. What's on your bucket
So
list?
first I have to set this up, right? Till it is at a place, Mystic Spice is at a place that it can run on its own. As I was saying, I need to open other branches.
Right.
I do want to open a brewery also, and
Brewery.
brewery
Oh, okay.
as well, and I want to open a hookah bar as well. So those are the things that are on the horizon.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So,
So, but given the time and finances.
of course. So Deepti, it's been fantastic knowing you, and thank you for coming
Yeah,
and blessing us.
thank you. I
So it's been a
appreciate
great
that.
pleasure.
But before you close up, right? It was all about me, but I really want to take a minute
Sure.
and thank my husband and my son and my daughter, right? It has been a journey for them as well. I think more than my husband, he's more worried about my health and stuff, but it has been taking a toll on the kids as well. So because I have not been able to be at home, I've been spending 11 hours at restaurant, right? They don't see me in the morning, they don't see me in the evening before they go bed. Most of the times we have only phone conversations or
Right.
texts, right? No birthdays, no Mother's Days, no Father's Days. So I have been telling them not to worry, but I know they both are worried.
Yeah.
I know they have seen me at various stages of my life, but they have never seen me working like this. So, but if they see this, I just want them to know I am
course
proud
they'll see
of
this,
them.
yeah.
I'm proud of them, and I want them to feel proud that I am doing this for myself, but they can know and they can learn and they can feel that nothing is unreachable if you put your 100%, right?
100%,
And when
yeah.
you try to put 100% into one aspect of your life, yes, other aspects of your life will get neglected. that's where people around you, your friends and family, which are
Become-
very few I have, I only can count 4 or 5 on my hand. I know thousands of people, but there are only 4 or 5 people I can count on. And a part of that is my family. So I just want them to give themselves some grace, give me some grace, and take it easy, right? Because it's a journey. We will laugh about it. Like my son asked me yesterday, we went for my daughter's birthday lunch. So he asked me when and how you are going to retire if you are going to keep working like this. So my answer to him was, I don't want to get retired because I don't want to sit idle.
Right, absolutely. Again, once again, welcome, and it was great speaking to you. Fantastic.
Thank you for the time. Yeah.
So we'll look forward to having many more conversations.
Yes.
Thank you, Deepti.